Why did you decide to be a vet?
I've always loved animals. I've always connected with animals. And I also had a real logical mind. And so I love the idea of figuring out disease and then implementing different types of treatments to help them. And it just made sense to me to use that medical thought process to help animals, because that's what I really connect with.
What made you decide to switch to holistic veterinary medicine?
It was really kind of interesting. I was a veterinarian and I had been practicing for 2 to 3 years, and I kept getting presented with cases that didn't respond well to traditional medicine. So horses with back pain and dogs with nerve shooting pain in their back, and a horse I remember in particular who had a really terrible neck. And Western medicine, the only thing I could say was stall rest and anti-inflammatories and hope that it got better. And at that time, I got introduced to veterinary chiropractic by a wonderful veterinary chiropractor named Julie Kaufman, and she showed me how she did adjustments for animals, and I went, wow, I need to know that. And then as I learned veterinary chiropractic, there were so many other veterinarians in the course that did acupuncture, and they would talk about these amazing success stories using acupuncture and using herbs. And of course I thought, oh, I need to know that too. So I went to the best training available in the world to learn as much as I could about holistic medicine, but I wasn't completely convinced on my own yet. I went to my veterinary practice and I charged nobody for the first 6 months and said, I have the best training in the world, so I absolutely won't hurt your animal, but I'm not convinced that this isn't just a fad. And so I would adjust animals and do acupuncture on animals and not charge the owners at all, and ask them to just give me their honest opinion. Did it help or did it not help? And after 6 months of every single patient I worked on, they dramatically improved. I went, yeah, this makes sense logically, it makes sense scientifically, and there's definitely something to this. And then I started implementing it in my practice. The other component of it is that I looked at holistic medicine, so veterinary chiropractic and acupuncture and the use of herbs and nutraceuticals, as just another tool in my box. So when I looked at a patient and thought, would this patient do well with pharmaceuticals, or do they need surgery, or would acupuncture be the best choice, or would chiropractic be what they needed? So I didn't look at holistic medicine as different. I just looked at it as I had more tools that I could work with to make every patient that came my way as good as I could physically get them.
What made you decide to switch from practicing to running a business?
You know, I had been a veterinarian for 30 years and I loved it, and I had some of the most amazing pets that I cared for, as well as really wonderful families. And I thought, how could I make a bigger imprint on the world? How could I be a more positive influence on animals in the world? And at that time I had wonderful herbal formulas that I had been using in practice that I knew were very safe, that were very effective, and we also had some wonderful pet retailers in our area. And I thought partnering with them would be a great way to have a positive effect on more pets' lives than by seeing patients all day, every day. And that's kind of how Herbsmith was born. Now that's exactly what we do. We produce fabulous formulas, fabulous products that are sold in great independent retail stores that help pets all over the world. And even though I'll never meet that family and I'll never meet that pet, just the thought the product that I developed had a positive effect in their life is very rewarding.